You might want to start a business, you may already operate a business, and it might be something to consider where your business is located. In today's video, I'm going to show you the 5 states that's best for business and the 5 that are the worst. Now, this is according to a WalletHub study that was done to determine the best and worst states to start a business in the United States, evaluating each state across 3 dimensions: business environment, access to resources, and business costs. And they were using 27 metrics, okay? So it gives you a little comprehensive look at this. Now, this is not an extensive list. This is not the be all end all, but of course it gives us a little bit of an insight as to why we would operate in one place versus another. This is not e-commerce, okay? This is not an online business. We're talking about physical businesses. Imagine one company in one part of the country can thrive, do so well, and yet the exact same thing in another part of the country can fail miserably. So just positioning yourself is part of your success. Remember that. Keep that in mind, okay? Given the current economic conditions, with the lockdowns and everything that happened through 2020, you've got inflation, you've got labor shortages. Starting a new business is an even greater challenge than it's been in the past. Knowing which states provide the most fertile ground for your business creation can help the new ventures not only take off, but also thrive. If you're not from the United States, you got to still pay attention because the insight I'll give you applies to where you are as well. So what are those top 5? Spit it out, right? Well, the top 5 states to start a business in order are Utah, Florida, Texas, Colorado, and Idaho. What do you think of those? Are you triggered? Are you concerned? Are you wondering, what? Are you kidding me? Post it in the comments below what you think. Let me show you all about this. I'll break it down. Utah is a state with a strong technology and startup scene, educated workforce, high quality of life. Utah is home to the Silicon Slopes, a growing tech hub with over 6,000 startups. They've attracted big companies like Amazon as well. Florida is a state with a diverse economy and a large population. It has a business-friendly environment, no state income tax. The state has also invested in infrastructure, such as a $10 billion transportation project, which includes new rail lines, highways, and bridges. For Florida, we've seen a lot of businesses that have been leaving or at least opening up their new locations and headquarters, leaving New York and New Jersey and so on, going to Florida. Very, very different than what we saw previously. Texas is the largest state on the list and has a diverse economy. It has a strong oil and gas industry, also diversified into other sectors such as tech and aerospace. Renewable energy, they've got wind, they've got solar projects as well. Colorado, thriving startup scene, tech industry, highly educated workforce, and a high quality of life. They claim that they want to have renewable energy be their goal 100% by the year 2040. Can they do that? Only time will tell. Idaho is a state with a low cost of living, high quality of life, focus on tech, but of course also agriculture. Okay, this is something that for a lot of people, they only know one thing, but there are other factors here that will, of course, make a particular state interesting or not. These top states offer many opportunities for entrepreneurs. They are constantly evolving. You've got new projects, you've got new investments. It's important to research the specific needs of your business and the local community before deciding on a state to launch and grow your business. So you're probably wondering, what are the worst states? And I want to know, of course, don't be offended if you live in these places. Realize that every area has advantages and disadvantages. They've got cities that are fantastic and cities that aren't very good at all. You might live right next to it. I mean, I've seen places where you have the best part of town directly next to the worst part of town, separated by literally one street. And so, you got to realize that it really all depends, but these specifics are important. There's nuances there. West Virginia. This state has a relatively low population density, can make it difficult for businesses to find talent and resources that they need to grow. You've got access to venture capital and other forms of financing being very limited in the state, which can make it challenging for entrepreneurs to secure the funding that they need to get their business off the ground. It's not impossible, it just makes it more difficult. Rhode Island, the state has a high cost of living, limited access to financing. That's of course difficult. If you're a startup, you need money, you need capital to bring that all in. And if it's just not there for you, that's a problem. You've got the state's business environment and access to resources scoring poorly in WalletHub's study, indicating that entrepreneurs may face challenges in the state. New Hampshire, the state scored poorly in business costs and access to resources. That can make it difficult as well. You've got relatively high costs of living that can make it challenging for entrepreneurs to attract and retain talent. And that's part of the problem there. That's why, for instance, if you want to start a tech company, if you go to San Francisco, you know that the talent is there. Okay, and Amazon did the same thing. Why did they go to Seattle? Well, because they wanted to take from Microsoft. They knew that the talent was there. And that's why they did this. That's an admitted fact. Jeff Bezos talked about this. The state, for Louisiana, the state has a relatively low per capita income, limited access to venture capital. You got poor business costs and access to resources scoring poorly as well. This is something that, there's many other issues, but of course, you can see that when you're trying to start a particular business, you want it to be something that is easy for you. You don't want an uphill battle. You want day one to be operational and get the ball rolling. Some places just don't have it. Alaska, low population density, again, limited access to financing. You see that they've got their own challenges being geographically much further away as well. So you don't have as many people, talent, so on. This is something that I just want to highlight, the fact that you see they may have ranked poorly, but it's important to note that there are still opportunities for entrepreneurs who are willing to do the work and overcome the challenges that come with starting a business. With the right mindset and resources, any entrepreneur can succeed regardless of where they choose to start their business, okay? Just get started, take action. That's really what it's all about. If you want to sell something, like I saw a kid washing windows, okay, younger guy, and he had bleached hair and was wearing all these funky clothes and everything, and he was doing a set of townhomes, and he was washing these windows with a long pole. He could barely do it, by the way. And I thought to myself, this kid is struggling. I don't know if this is his first job or whatever, but he somehow secured getting this entire townhome complex to for these windows, and that would bring him in probably maybe it's $1,000 to do all these windows. And so he managed to do that, which means, in my opinion, and I'm judging a book by its cover, but the point is, you can do it. You can do that. Now, I'm not saying it's glamorous and so on. What I'm saying is, if you take the initiative, you can get what you want done. Don't let any limiting belief set you apart from your goals, okay? It doesn't matter. Don't ever be worried or afraid or anything, because you can get the skills that you need. You gotta learn those skills. And how can you do that? Well, I have resources here on the channel. If you go to my channel, The Money GPS, and you scroll down, you're gonna see all these different resources, playlist after playlist after playlist of all this free information for you to learn what you need. There's a lot out there. You can go to business or websites like Class Central. Class Central is basically a place where you can learn about AI, robotics, automation from MIT, from Stanford, from all these different big universities. You could take the courses online for free. How's that sound? Good information for you. I hope you appreciated it. Thank you for being here today. Of course, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.